village has grown from 150 people to over 300 people big. Where there were no shops before, there was now two. Where there were no bars before, there was now one. The sole cause of this was the fishermen who were in this village were able to contact a trader and send them pictures of fish. When you are a trader, if you don't know if a village has fish or doesn't have fresh catch, it's not really worth your time to go there. So they smoke the fish because they don't have any electricity. So when they smoke the fish, they lose 10 times the value on the fish, if not even more, of what it's worth. So this single node that was put on one side of the village and another node that was put on the other, we saw economic transformation, and it really was the evidence that we needed that this could be big. So then we took it from there to Zanzibar Stone Town. If any of you haven't been there, it's a really beautiful place. If you'd ever like to go there, please feel free to reach out to us. We have a great family there now in Zanzibar. And we proceeded with actually bringing our own trucks, our own people, and starting to kickstart the sharing economy there. Within 6 months, we had 15,000 paying customers on the network, and we were returning to the people's houses, to schools, to government buildings, to private buildings, anywhere from $20 to $100 a month from the revenue that was coming in. Just so it's understood, a school has a budget of around $20 a month to buy pencils and pens and the really basic things. So us bringing a budget to a school that was hosting a piece of infrastructure and powering that piece of infrastructure, we were giving 3x or 4x what they were getting. So they were very happy, and the people outside were very happy. And this happened with ice cream shops, this happened with offices, this happened with government buildings, this happened in all types of different places.
Hey, Cal, how's it going today?
What is up, Rob? What a day.
Yeah.
What a week. What a month.
Man, it's a Friday. Tell you what. So I'm excited. So we're doing a show tonight on a Friday night. And normally we do Saturdays. We're doing a Friday night tonight for a couple of reasons. One, we like to mix it up. We like to make sure that we can get our friends in Oceania involved, so they're not up at 3 a.m. But unfortunately for our friends in Europe, it is like 3 a.m. But there's another thing for tomorrow that just reason we switch it up is there is a local area Comic-Con that I'm going to tomorrow with my kids. And my favorite show of all time, believe it or not, it's not Star Trek. I love Star Trek, at least the pre-2005 stuff. Alex Kurtzman is the devil to me. Anyway, my favorite show of all time is called Firefly. If you don't know Firefly, it was a TV series that ran for just less than a season. It got canceled mid-season, but they made a movie called Serenity in 2005. And my all-time favorite, I've only met one of the actors from that show at an autograph signing. There are 4 actors from Firefly that's going to be at this Comic-Con tomorrow. So I'm taking my kids. We're going to go and either get some autographs or pictures or both. I don't know yet. But man, I have wanted for the longest time. I've been looking for cons in the area that have had Firefly actors. And this is, other than me being able to meet Adam Baldwin, this is the first time I've been able to find something that's had Firefly actors. So I'm extremely excited about that. So anyway, we're doing a show on a Friday night, so I can go nerd out tomorrow. But anyway, how are you doing, Cal?
That's pretty good. That sounds fun. Spending the day with the family, it's always fun. Yeah, TV's great as injustice. Dom is right. Thanks for being on our space today, Dom. Dom is always here to support us. Dom is awesome. Be more like Dom. So is Enzo. We got Enzo team right here. I don't know who's behind the Enzo team tonight. Maybe Brad.
It's probably Brad, but it's good to see you. And if it's not Brad, I apologize, but Brad is always around. He is like the ever present. Enzo does a great job. They're a great part of the community.
Yeah, I'm doing good. You know, there's been in some interesting announcements today, which I don't know if we're going to talk about or not. And besides that, there's been a lot of different things happening around World Mobile that always keeps me excited. I did a breakdown this morning of the happenings around the week, which is always fun to read if you haven't read that. But besides that, I'm doing well. Yeah, it's been a very interesting week here. Pretty busy. Actually, as a matter of fact, let me show you something I got in today. I got these in the mail, and check this out. It is a business card. They came out pretty bad. You can't really read the text much, but I might need to fix that. But yeah, it's just with my QR code and my phone number's on there. So make sure you call me and say hi to me on the weekends, please. Not during the week. And then I made these. I posted in the chat, by the way, but I don't know if you can see it or not. It's like a trifold with like the plants. Oh, right here. That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna have to go out, you know. Sure. Go ahead. Take your time, Rob. Take your time. Let's see. Do you have some fun stuff to show us too? You're on mute, by the way.
I do. I grabbed something. I had something arrive in the mail yesterday that I'm excited about.
Oh, look at you.
So I notice that you are wearing a hat you got at Rare Evo 2 years ago. LVLCS, who people have been around a little while. Remember, they made the jersey. They made the World Mobile jersey as the purple jersey, like a soccer football jersey. Had the logos on it, had their branding on it as well, but very, very, very well done. And so at Rare Evo a couple of years ago, we did a thing where we had the mobiler meetup the day before the event, and anyone who wore the LVLCS got a free drink from the LVLCS team. And then at that event, they also gave a few of their favorites those hats as well. So I see you're wearing that hat. This hat actually came from Rare Evo last year. Our friend Joshua from Stoic Nodes made this up. And let's see if I can turn. I got the Alliance logo embroidered here on the side with the World Mobile logo on top. The hoodie you're wearing was a special. Actually, I sent that to you from Rare Evo from last year. That was
you did. Thank you. It's my favorite.
One that World Mobile team made up, and they were giving out at the booth as part of their merch at Rare Evo. One other thing that we did last year at Rare was we custom made some apparel from a group called AIM, Agape International Missions, and basically they help rescue girls from sex trafficking and human trafficking. They give them opportunities to get education, get work experience, so they're not just rescued and left on their own after this traumatic event or series of events. And so we are very, very proud to support them. Actually, I'm wearing a shirt from my friend David, the band Remedy Drive. I'm wearing that shirt right now. It's all of his band merch is made by Agape International Missions AIM. And this one says, "I want to live for something bigger than me, stronger than fear, brighter than apathy." I love it's lyrics from one of his songs. I love the song. It's called "Brighter Than Apathy." But I reached out to AIM this week or last week, I'm sorry, about getting more merch for Rare Evo for this year, for the Alliance, for World Mobile, for Menace Network, for Unity, for U Network. And they have a whole bunch of new items, not just the t-shirts and the long sleeves that we had last year, the bags, the tote bags that we had last year. They have additional things. And one of them is a hoodie. And so what they did is they actually they sent me a sample hoodie with their logo on the back of it. It's just a blank hoodie. Just you can't. I'm sorry, I have a green screen, so it's the AI of the camera is trying to mute it out. But basically, they sent me a blank black hoodie, but it has the logo on the back of it, and it still comes with the tag that tells me the girl the name of the girl who made this thing, the girl that was rescued from sex trafficking, who literally hand stitched a sweatshirt for me. So that came in. I got to try it on, and I'm like, I'm telling you, Cal, this hoodie is legit. It's a heavyweight sweatshirt, but it does feel breathable. It does feel like the dimensions are right. We might be bringing some hoodies to Rare this year, as a part of the alliance, as a part of the booth that we're going to represent for the World Mobile chain. So, but that came in the mail today. I'm really excited about that. So I'm not trying to one up you with what you got.
No, I love it. It's great. It's amazing. That's awesome. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we should definitely slap a ginormous W, I guess, on the front. You know, it
Absolutely.
does. It's gonna look great. Um, yeah, Anthony's giving you some love in the chat. Yeah, and if you're just joining right now, please, if you're on X, make sure you repost, like, share. If you're on YouTube, follow the Alliance and subscribe to our channel. You know, we never say that, by the way, on our streams. Never, ever subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, our YouTube channel. Absolutely. That's where this is streaming to. It is simulcast to X, so people are watching on X and YouTube. But Anthony, thank you for being here. Anthony actually sent us a really nice email this week. Very supportive. He's been a big supporter of the Alliance. He's a big follower, and Anthony, definitely thank you for that. We are extremely grateful. And Anthony, if you are not coming to Rare this year, number one, you need to. But number two, send me a DM if you're not, because you've been incredible behind the scenes, and so I want to make sure that you're taken care of. But man, Cal, there's been some things going on this week with World Mobile. Cal's a champion. He's the champ. I'm the chump, but I'm okay with that.
So I love it.
Oh, he's saying can't. He's coming. It's from Australia. It's a little too far. I understand, but send me a DM, Anthony, or send me an email. I have something for you. So, Cal, there's been some things going on this week with World Mobile. Now, a couple things involving air nodes. One of them is, I don't want to sound self-serving, but right now you cannot buy Spark air nodes outside of a reseller like the Alliance. Go to worldmobilealliance.io, and I'll pull that up here in a sec. But if you go to World Mobile Alliance, you can actually buy Spark air nodes, and you can get them at, number one, an incredible price, but two, when I am hitting all sorts of wrong buttons here. When you buy through the Alliance, throughout the rest of this month, you get the absolute best price there is, because the price of air nodes, of Spark air nodes, is going to go up starting June 1st. And we want to see everyone be able to get the absolute best price on these things. We want to see people be able to do it. And this is not I posted this recently, but this is not a thing of we're increasing our prices because we want to make money off of this. No, the prices between all the shipping, and everyone knows what's going on in the world right now. But the price of shipping is going up internationally, and also the price of equipment, of technology these things are going up, and so World Mobile Souls, basically their cost has gone up, and they have to pass that cost on to us. So the prices are going to go up at the beginning of June. So we have basically 2 days left. If you want to get Sparks, go to worldmobilealliance.io. Right here, hit order now. And if you've never ordered air nodes before, we walk you through exactly how to do it to get things set up. You can come in and you can buy your Spark bundles right here at these prices. These prices will increase on June 1st. So again, like I said,
the Titan right there. I like how you just skipped the Titan, the most important one.
Now I'm going to tell you right now, the Titan, this is special. Okay. And this is not to dissuade people from the Titan. The Titan has the biggest opportunity that there is as far as the amount of connectivity that goes through the Titan and can turn over the most data, bring in the most reward. This thing, as this grows, this is in Nevada right now. It's already installed. It's already earning. So when you buy this, when you buy the Titan, it's a big price tag, but you automatically going to turn on income, way better than you can on probably a lot of investments. But there's opportunity for growth there, just beyond what you can imagine. Now, but the reason I go to the Sparks is number one, the Spark price is increasing. Number two, right now the APY on the Sparks is going to be better than the Titan. And so, Cal, we're not doing this because we're trying to get rich off of the community members. We're not trying. We're doing this because we want to make sure that we provide opportunities that other people otherwise can't get. And so right now an APY is between, on the 50 pack it's 34%, on the 500 pack it's 37% APY. It's what you're getting back. You're getting $1.70 per month per node. So you just divide that by the price per unit and you figure out what that is. We also cover the first years of worth of insurance on each of these items. So it's we're doing what we can to encourage this community. Now, I will say this, like I said, that might be a bit self-serving, talking about what the Alliance is able to provide, because we've worked out a great partnership with World Mobile for that. However, there's something else that has happened this week. In fact, it just happened yesterday, and that is World Mobile is no longer doing drops for their air nodes. And so right now, the big push with World Mobile is Ember nodes, which have a humongous upside. You don't have to wait until every other Wednesday or once a month or whenever they're doing these drops, try to be there at the right time for that 1 hour period to try to get these. You can reserve these. You put 5% down and you are able to reserve your air node. And then when they are available, when they are installed, they've been tested, they're actively earning, you buy them and begin earning immediately. And this isn't just going to be for Ember nodes. This is going to go across the board for other things as well. Basically, World Mobile is taking out the panic, the frustration, the requirement of being there at a specific time, and they're allowing you to pre-order certain types of nodes. Now, I did check, and right now the only thing on there is Ember nodes. There are no Sparks. There is no Titan at the moment. So the Alliance is absolutely the place to go for that. But these Ember nodes, and for future allocations, you need to get on the World Mobile Air Node site and prepare to reserve these things.
Absolutely. And by the way, none of this is financial advice. So make sure you always do your own research. But I am currently looking over the reservation model and how it exactly works, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cleverly made, and Rob, you said it very well with the fact that you don't have to wait for these drops, every 2 weeks or every amount of time they take for them to release them. There was always a couple people, like people in Australia, for example, where they would, say that the drops would happen very late at night, and they can't obviously stay up every single time to reserve a drop. Well, this really kind of fixes that issue. But it's cool because you can, put a down payment for the amount of nodes you want. I don't think there's a limit of how many nodes you can order, and after your allocation is met and your nodes are ready to be claimed, you would then need to go ahead and pay the rest of your payment for the nodes. I believe the down payment is 25%, and the remaining of the payment you're gonna have to complete once your air nodes are ready to be delivered.
I think it's
which
just
normally I
5%,
believe
Cal.
is it?
I think it's just 5%. So
Oh,
it's a minimal requirement to put down on these things.
okay. Uh, okay, potentially.
Unless I saw it wrong.
Yeah, I think it's 25. But anyways, we can verify that at a later point. You might be right. I might be wrong. Doesn't matter. But again, you put a down payment and then you get your air nodes once they're ready, unless they are at the moment that you pay for them, which is cool. I think the coolest part about it all is that you can actually roll your rewards into these air nodes now. So you can use your rewards that you've earned for that down payment, whatever the percentage is, and then you can also do the same thing for the remainder of what does it say right there? Does it say the amount on these slides or no? Are you playing right now? Anyways, yeah. So for the remainder, you can also use your AirNode rewards and pay for these embers with that. You don't have to tap into your.
I had unmuted this. So this is just the video that's playing on the post they made. So
Uh,
number one, you are right. It is 25% down, not 5%. I was wrong. I was looking at the different breakdowns because you do get discounts if you are doing premier staking. If you are on the platinum tier, it's 5%. You get a discount on it. If you are on the black tier for premier staking, you get 7.5%, and they take that into the figure as well. So they give you the price breaks based on volume. If you order more than 10, the first 10 are at 165 a piece. And then I think it's 11 through 149 is a different price, and 150 and more is a lower price. So they give you the price breaks, they give you the premier staking discount, as well as they give you like you said, I was wrong. It was 25% is the down payment, but that is all factored in there, right on the site. Very, very easy to use, very easy to calculate. They do it for you. They show you the numbers. Very user friendly. It's extremely well done.
right. Yeah, it's great. It's awesome that you can now go ahead and just reserve air notes whenever you want. And they're gonna start introducing a lot more air notes to the inventory pretty soon. We know that the Philippine nodes are coming, and people are probably going to want to get their hands on them right away. So the fact that we're moving away from these drops makes things a lot easier to reach, and I think it's going to definitely speed up adoption as well. Um, Another cool thing that I noticed this week, Rob, was the fact that we're seeing the first iterations of William on their website. If you go to worldmobile.io, you now are greeted by the friendly William AI chatbot that you can ask different type of questions and reach out to support, and especially useful if you are logged into your AMS for your cell phone and kind of wanting to pay your bill or maybe subscribe or add a line or whatever that might be. You are now met with this AI call William, so you can chat with him and ask him a bunch of questions. If he can't help you, then he'll kind of guide you to support. And I've played around with him a bit. It's definitely V1 in my opinion. There's more that could be added to him, but I'm sure within time this will evolve. Speaking of the AMS and mobile plans, there's a couple new available add-ons, as well as a bit of cool tools that they added, kind of on the background without really, um, I guess, announcing them. Um, if you log into your AMS, you'll be able to see that you can now add travel credit, like international voice and SMS, to your plan, as well as obviously priority data that was there, but you can now actually purchase it, as well as your hotspot data. So if you're like me and you're going around and you work remotely a lot and you run out of your hotspot data, you can now go ahead and just buy it directly from your account management system. And what's really cool is that you can pay for all that in crypto. Well, I don't actually know anyone that allows you to pay for crypto for any of these things. As a matter of fact, there's other cool things that I noticed that they've added as well. Port out option where you can just port out without needing to contact World Mobile. You can just click on that, and then it will guide you on how you can port out. Not that you should ever port out, as a matter of fact, but it makes it easier. I mean, I'm not sure if anyone has ported out their number through their current carriers, but some of them make it extremely hard to do it, right? That you have to jump through a bunch of hoops and loops and call and speak to representatives, and some of them make you wait in the chat for like an hour to get a port out pin and whatnot. But this World Mobile makes it extremely easy. Another cool thing is replacing your SIM card. So if you get a new phone, iPhone, whatever, you're able to just simply request a new eSIM and install that on. And one of my favorite features that I personally haven't seen with any other carrier, I might be wrong here, but it's the ability to freeze your line. So if you ever detect some malicious activity with your SIM card or anything of that nature, you're able to quickly go in there and kind of freeze your line. So if you ever get SIM swap, God forbid, you can go in there and kind of freeze your line and stop whatever activity is happening on your cell phone plan. So this immediately could stop drainage of counts and whatever the consequence of SIM swaps are. But that's pretty cool. Again, I haven't seen anyone besides World Mobile offer that. So it's pretty cool there.
I might actually need to look into that because I have a phone line that I am using for U Network and scan for points. It's on an Android phone. My number got spoofed, and every day I'm getting between 10 and 50 text messages saying "F you, you effing scammer," and all these things. I'm getting phone calls, everything from you haven't paid your toll uh, to the whole hey, we couldn't deliver a package, so contact this number. But they're sending out using somebody spoofed my number, um, and they're using uh, there it must be a computer, but they're sending pictures of like a form letter. You have a warrant, you haven't paid your toll, you need to pick up your package, and I'm getting all these responses. Some people actively buying it into it. I'm like, I can't believe that anyone's falling for this at this point. But then I get a lot of people cussing me out. Well, I'm glad I was going to give this phone to my kids, and this would be like the kids' phone. Um, I'm glad I didn't because I'm getting a lot of very very nasty messages. It's been going on for about 3 weeks now, so I might need to. I was going to either change my number, but it might be good just to pause that for a little bit because yeah, it's pretty horrific. People get these scam things and they respond back pretty vulgarly. And fortunately, it's not my main line. Fortunately, it's not my phone number that I've had for 20 plus years. It's just an extra phone number, but I might need to look into that, Cal. Thank you for sharing that. It's kind of
Yeah,
wild.
been
You
in
wake up
similar
every day.
situations.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, been in similar situations where I was mistakenly given my number, and the person on the back end owed a bunch of money to a couple institutions. And if anyone's ever been through the headache of collections, these guys are relentless, and they don't take no for an answer, and they don't believe that you're actually not the person that they're looking for. So it's bad. So I'm sorry this happened to you. But hey, you have the choice now. You can just freeze it and kind of put it on the back burner until they stop bothering you.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Like I said,
very
fortunately
interesting.
it's not my main line, but still. Um, but okay, so World Mobile has announced that they're next week they're doing 4 separate AMAs. That's a lot of talking time. That's a lot of community commitment right there. What do you know about this, Cal?
What do I know about this? I like that they're doing 4 in a week. I think that's a lot of AMAs, so a lot of information is going to be released next week. But I think with the current market conditions and some of the community um, having specific questions that need answers. I think the team doing this is good. I know we have a regular Earth No call, which happens every 2 weeks. There's going to be another one that's going to give us additional updates. Not sure what this one's about. This just says H1, so I'm assuming that current status of the closed user group and how far they've gotten into that. But I'm looking forward for the stratospheric AMA, and I'm not sure if anyone heard Mickey's surprise AMA, but he did talked a little bit on there that he's going to bring a couple people from that team. For those that don't know, the stratospheric is a separate team from World Mobile, and they have a lot of cool people on there. So it'd be good to hear from them and kind of answer some questions that other people have for the stratospheric and where is that going to and how that's going to benefit World Mobile and WMTX as a whole. So I'm looking forward to that. And a regular AMA, which is always fun to listen to. This is where we get a lot of our answers, a lot of answers, a lot of our questions answered, and as well as interesting topics that are happening behind the scenes. And there's so much that World Mobile does, and this is why I kind of had my weekly threads that I used to do kind of pause, just because they just take so much time to do. And even though sometimes I use some AI to help me a bit with that, it still takes a lot of time for me to do. It's a lot of manual work, believe it or not. And I kind of put it on pause for a bit, but I decided, because the market, it is where it's at, and people just forget how much work goes behind closed doors. I just wanted to kind of remind the community that even though price is not where it should be, I think there's so much and so many fundamentals happening in the background. There's so many things, so many moving pieces that are coming together, that's driving the sharing economy forward. I like to put it on the roundup, so I remind people that there's so much happening besides just price going down and that causing some community members, feeling the way they are.
Well, and that can be found at on x.com at your account Clover Nodes. So I think it's important that people are they're aware, they know where to look for that, and again, extremely helpful. It's great to have that overall catch up. I will say, with the AMAs, the 4 different ones that they're doing, I think it's great that they are being that available, but you got to remember it's a two-way street. And I feel like there's a lot of people that either they don't feel like talking, or they don't want to get embarrassed by maybe asking a question they might see as not important, or whatever. I think that takes away from the quality that should be getting delivered to the community. If you have the question, I guarantee, whether you're paying attention or not, whether you've been here every day for the last 2 years or you jump in once every 6 months, there are multiple people that are just like you, that feel the same way, that have the same questions. I think it's very, very important that we are able to properly communicate with the team, ask questions that are pressing to us. It might be an isolated situation, it might be something that everyone else is feeling, but to be able to ask those questions. And I feel like what's been happening a lot lately when they do these AMAs is you have 1 or 2 people jump in, and usually it's somebody like you or me, somebody like Callus Bling, a few people that are more outspoken in the community that might jump in and ask a couple questions because nobody else is doing it. But then, excuse me, you look in these chats like Telegram, Discord, these unofficial channels, these bitching channels, all these things, people are complaining and raising questions, and has all sorts of things, legitimate questions, accusations, whatever they are. but nobody has the balls, figuratively, to come out and ask the questions. And you don't have to be a dick about it. You don't have to be a jerk about things when you ask the questions. You can be direct, you can be honest, you can do it in a way that's kind-hearted and gets to the point without being accusatory. But it seems like very few people have the courage to do that when they do have questions. Yet you look in the chats, and there are people that are threatening to physically assault and execute the Watkins. I'm talking about you, SRDO from Croatia. Every time you post about how you want them dead, or you're going to hire hitmen to kill them. I mean, people are that bizarre. People are that unhinged, but nobody will ask a specific question that about issues that they're having. People will make all sorts of ridiculous claims, but then they'll listen in. That's the funny thing, is you read these chats and they're listening. They're listening live, and they're posting in live time about stuff. But they refuse to ask a question. They refuse to get clarification. They just run off with these stupid, crazy ideas, and they fuel their own mob mentality. Well, guess what? There are 4 coming next week. You have all sorts of opportunities to stop being such a chicken shit coward and come and ask questions. And then for those that have the legitimate questions, I mean, I have legitimate questions. Cal, I'm gonna bring up a legitimate question right now, and I'll bring it up.
Ask
I'm gonna bring it up during the AMA. I'll jump on there and do it. Okay, Premier Staking. Premier Staking, right? They came up with all these different rewards. And if you remember, and I wish I had screenshots of all these, because the problem is things change, they evolve as the things expand, things move around. But there's different rewards for Premier Staking. And one of them was this Dragon Pass for like these airport lounges, right? You get access to all these lounges if you are doing Premier Staking, which is 250,000 tokens, right? Which isn't that much right now, with the token being under 5 cents a token. But then it comes with it came with Spotify, and there's a few other things, right? Well, they just released these rewards, and if you're doing Premier Staking, you're getting it now. Now you're getting a $10 credit per month to put towards a number of different things, including Spotify, right? Originally, though, we thought that Spotify was part of the Premier Staking for the black tier. Now for the black tier, which is the highest tier, you get $10 a month in credit towards one of these things. Spotify costs $12.99 for the regular monthly installment payments, right? So you got all these cool perks, and now you don't even get enough perks to cover the Spotify pass, which was one of the original perks. So it's things like that. These things need to be asked. Things are going to change. I understand that, right? Like you said, Cal, we're not here just to, excuse me, I'm a little bit, I don't know, loosey goosey, a little bit more vulgar than normal. But Cal, we're not here to kiss the team's ass all the time and just praise everything and act like there's nothing wrong, right? We need to ask hard questions. Well, one of them is, okay, the premier rewards have changed. Why is that? Can you just explain it? We're going to understand it most likely. Some people might not like it, but these rewards have changed. Now, my reward for being in a black tier doesn't cover the Spotify pass, which is one of multiple benefits in that black tier when it was first announced. So why is that changed? We need to ask these kinds of questions. We need people to step up and do it, and do it in a way that's non-accusatory, that's respectful, that's not trying to hire hitmen or threaten physical violence against these guys. So I would like to see people step up and ask these questions, because they're legitimate concerns that we have, whether they're massive earth-changing concerns or just convenience factors. But there's a lot going on with World Mobile, good and bad. And I when I say bad, I don't mean bad like concerning, just more like, hey, the price is down. Hey, the network builder isn't going on just yet. Why have these things happened? And these need to be asked. And I think that if we can do that, they're providing the opportunity. So why are we hiding? Why aren't we doing this? People need to be more vocal. in the right context, in the right ways. And so I love providing 4 different opportunities for that for 4 different areas. I really, really hope that people show up and ask these questions. I think there's a lot there that can be really, really, really cleared up, but people need to have the stones to come out and actually do that. Excuse my vulgarity. Actually, I could go a lot harsher about that and use a lot more crude language, but I don't think it's helpful. But I hope that makes sense. I hope that somebody out there is like nodding their head in agreement to at least something that I said there.
No, it's a fair point. I agree. I think asking questions is always a good thing. Um, I'm more of the believer that you should put your energy into something better than okay, this might come out wrong, but obviously asking questions is very important because clarity is important, and especially your point of the premier rewards makes a lot of sense, right? Because you're now getting something lesser than what was originally offered. But then again, like you said it to the point where nothing is final. Everything could change. Companies can iterate and offer better deals, and yeah, I mean, clarity is always so important. And what I was trying to say is that I like to focus my energy into things that will, I guess, increase and how can I put it right without offending anyone? I like to put my energy into things that will bring adoption for Roll Mobile instead of sitting and asking or just complaining or doing whatever some people have decided to do with their lives, right? That 5 minutes you spend about talking about something that's not going to make a complete difference in your life, right? Because at the end of the day, we all want one thing, right? Maybe someone Lambos, maybe someone to connect people. I don't know what it is. There's different kinds of people in this project, but I think deep down, everyone wants World Mobile to succeed, right? So focusing that energy and getting to that point is better done than sitting in a chat and kind of wasting your own time. I think maybe you should print some of these, right? And go hand them to your neighbor and tell them how great World Mobile is. This way, the token can go up in price, not financial advice. Yeah. So that's that. But good points, Rob. And I hope you go up and ask that question because now that you point that out, it makes me wonder too, right? Like, not that it's bad that we're getting a good amount of points for being a premier staker, but it does make you question these things, and it's a good point. It's a good question.
Now, the other thing
Talked a
too,
little bit about.
it's
Mhm.
I mean, it's easier to do more, to give out more when there's more revenue and when there's more coming in. Token price is low right now. We haven't launched network builder yet, so we don't have as many paying customers in the US. So I get that as they try to line things up and um, they try to line things up and launch things and have things catch on. If there's a delay somewhere, if there's something that gets held back for some reason, it could affect a lot of these other plans. And so I get it. Like I said, it's something that I think the more we're able to hear, and I'm not talking about just getting on space and making these ridiculous, empty promises of this or that or the other. It's just communicating actively. This is where we're at. This is what we're building on. This is what we're trying to do. I feel like there's times where there are uh, AMAs that just promise the moon, and not just. I'm not talking about World Mobile necessarily, but just promise the moon, and then things don't come to fruition, and it's like, wait, where's all these things that got promised? I think just you can be straightforward, guys. Here's what we're building on. Here's where we need work on. Here's where we feel very confident about. You just put those things out and you do it with some level of frequency. And I think that alleviates a lot of issues. You address them. You don't wait for things to build up before you address it. And I think that um, if we can do that in a couple of different places, we have the AMAs, right? We have our shows. World Mobile has been partnering with an influencer called Rachel recently, and I know that Mickey's been showing up on those shows, but it seems like that's the only place he's been recently, right? So I think having a better balance so everyone has access to it, I think there you're able to um, get more access, get these questions clarified, and just have a better understanding of it. So it's not just a pitch or a hype show. It's an actual. This is the state of the union. This is where we are at right now. This is the state of the company, and I think that they used to do that. I think that they've gotten so busy doing some incredible things. Like this stratospheric, I'm telling you, I think this is beyond next level stuff. But you focus so much on that, you forget about a few things, and then all of a sudden, then anxiety builds and things build. So I think that we are um, in a position where this is much needed, but it's not knee jerk. It's not a bad thing. It's let's play catch up. Let's all get on the same page and keep moving forward, and we can squash a lot of the nays. I mean, you're never gonna fix the idiots, right? And we know who the idiots are. In fact, you might not know who the idiots are because you probably blocked them a long time ago. But we know who the idiots are. We get on the same page. We keep moving forward, and things go up. And I think we're close. I think we're there. I think this will help reset a lot of targets. Having 4 AMAs in a week with these things.
Agree. Yeah. I don't block everyone, by the way. I just block people that don't bring value. Yeah. Those I love to block. But what else is happening, Rob? Besides the upcoming 4 AMAs, we did discuss the AirNode reservation model that was released this week, and we forgot to mention that you can actually win some AirNodes if you do reserve these AirNodes. So World Mobile is offering a prize draw for up to 10 entries, and 5 winners could receive 1 Spark AirNode or 3 Ember nodes. So all you got to do is reserve your AirNode through the new reservation model, and you automatically be entered for a draw. So that's pretty cool for people that are already purchasing AirNodes on a regular basis. That kind of opens the door and allows you to get additional AirNodes if you do win. So that's pretty cool. Keep that in mind if you are planning to purchase some AirNodes in the near future. I was looking forward to. You are on mute, by the way. I was going to say I was looking forward to the Scout Quest space, which was unfortunately rescheduled for Tuesday, June. I don't know. I don't have my calendar in front of me, but it's either the 1st or 2nd. I've submitted some plans. They're still pending. Cough, cough, Jamie, or cough, cough, Super Scouts. Make sure you look those up. But I'm looking forward to it because I like Scout and Runner. I think it's a really interesting task. I think it has a big future in front of it. I think a lot of people are going to utilize it. But yeah, that's going to be an exciting one. Do not miss that. And unfortunately, I believe it falls at the same time as the Stratospheric event. So I'm going to have to re-listen to it on record. So Jamie, if you're listening, make sure you record it because I gotta listen to the Stratospheric Life. Sorry, what were you gonna say, Rob? I know you were muted.
Yeah. Oh, I just so I something came out today, and I don't have a lot of information on it. I don't know what I can't really comment on it. Because I don't understand all the details. I haven't looked into it. But something came out today involving someone affiliated with World Mobile, a guy by the name of Tristan Thompson, and you'll see more of this coming out. Um, I'm sure as details emerge. Right now, it's very very one sided, but basically, for those that don't know, Tristan Thompson was in a relationship with Khloe Kardashian, and the news that came out today was that he was forced to have a vasectomy because Khloe didn't want him having any other kids with any other people. So I thought that was really interesting. That the Tristan Thompson, you know, that's some interesting news. That's weird news. Actually, that's only one piece of Tristan Thompson news that came out today. That was kind of wild actually when I was searching TT and I saw that there's something that came out today about ex NBA champ Tristan Thompson claims World Mobile stiffed him on $2 million deal. And again, there's a news article on here. It's a one sided story that says they basically reneged on the deal and they're not paying me and he's suing them. The reason we mentioned this is because Mickey has already come out in the chats and said we are firm in our position. We're not going to litigate legislation over the internet, over Telegram. We're not going to say everything that happened, but basically we're at a solid position right now. And he's getting the press because he is who he is. So it was interesting that this came out. Mickey was already on it, and if you go to the World Mobile Telegram, you'll see the comments that Mickey made. I read the article. I don't know World Mobile side of things, and the reality is, I'm sure that will come out next week when they do the 4 different AMAs. But let's put it this way. Cal, I've never met the guy, right? This is me just talking on my own. This is me saying things. You've been to his house, part of the whole Arano deal. You might have some different insights or different perspectives on him. But there is a whole lot of things going on where he had some very, very negative press as a person, morality and personal life, things like that, right? When World Mobile signed Tristan Thompson, Mickey actually came out in one of the spaces and said, "Look, I understand there's some history with this guy. I understand there's some things about him in his personal life in the past. We've vetted that. We feel like he's moved past those things, and we feel good having him as someone representing World Mobile." The fact that Mickey had to come out and say that tells you there's something there, right? Now, again, I spent 23 years as a police officer. I did a lot of investigations, a lot of things where I knew for a fact I had a guy dead to rights on a case. I would arrest. I get a warrant for his arrest. I get warrants for all his house, his phones, all these different things. I would get all this stuff. I'd make the arrest. I'd book him to jail. I'd have a confession on this guy where he confessed to the robbery. They confessed to the crime, right? But you still had to say alleged suspect. He allegedly committed the crime, even though the person admitted to doing it, right? So you have to really, really teeter on a lot of things when it comes to reputation and what you say in public. World Mobile is being very, very careful with that. I feel personally, where there's smoke, there's fire. And when there's a history of bad behavior, it makes you question that. Now you might have some naysayers, want to say, well, with the Watkins, they don't like the Watkins, so maybe there's something there. When Mickey has to come out and say we've had to go over and ask Tristan hard questions about his past because it doesn't look good, it makes you wonder what else is going on there, right? And I don't know if I'm I'm beating around the bush a little too much here. I have confidence in what World Mobile is doing. I believe that they're acting in the appropriate manner, and I'm sure that this is that there's a push and a media spin right here because of who this person is, who this person's been in relationships with. I know that when all the dust settles, World Mobile is just fine. It's just fine. So I just wanted to. I don't know if I wanted to get ahead of that or just comment on that. Again, I don't know all the details, so I'm talking out of my ear right now. But um, it was interesting that this came out at this time.
Yeah, indeed, for sure. I agree with everything you said. I don't have much comment on this story. I'll let it evolve. It's a one-sided story, so uh, with any um, dispute, both parties need to be heard. These things take a long time to come to an agreement, and I mean, I can always just speak good for World Mobile, and from what I've seen, there's always act in an honest and correct way, and I have full belief that this will be resolved in an amicable way, and I'm not worried whatsoever. It likely is coming out at a bad time. Markets are down. When token is not doing as you expect it, because whatever reasons is very many various reasons. Seeing news like that, it could seem a bit discouraging, but just step back, ask yourself what is the full story before you make any judgment. But yeah,
I agree
we'll
with
see
the
it play
whole.
out.
You don't litigate in public, right? You don't litigate in public.
Correct.
We don't want to say anything that. Again, we're not affiliated with World Mobile whatsoever in terms of a. We don't have any. We're not partner. Or I'm sorry. We're not employees or contractors or anything like that. We have an agreement to sell air notes, right? But we're not employees. We're not privy to this information. I don't know what Mickey's take on this is. Don't want to look like we are doing any types of slander or anything. It's just speculation. But again, you don't litigate in public. You don't post your side of this. A lawsuit comes out. You don't post your comments on X or on Telegram or anything else. These guys are doing things the right way, and if they cut a contract with, or they cut short the contract with Tristan for cause, I'm confident that there was cause, because you don't risk your reputation, you don't risk those types of things unless it's overwhelming. And so
Right.
I've been on these kind of things before. I've seen these kind of things. And again, it's a little bit different being law enforcement than it is being civil lawyers. But when I was building a case on a suspect, again, this has nothing to do with Tristan Thompson or anything else, but when I was building a case on a suspect, I made sure that I had overwhelming evidence before I presented it to the judge and to the court, because I didn't want to just try to slip right by the skin of my teeth to get a conviction or even to get a charge. A lot of times, you see on TV, people put a warrant out for somebody, they'll do something, they'll get a charge, then knowing full well it will never hold in court. I never made an arrest unless I knew that I knew I would get a conviction out of it. And so I see that when people do things with business too. You don't make a business decision, something of this magnitude, without knowing that you are justified in doing so. So I feel good about it. I feel good about where we're at. It's just, again, it's just something that comes up that looks negative for World Mobile in the near term. I think big term, it's going to actually work in its favor. I did want to make a couple comments though about a few things. One, talking about air notes. Matt Legurton, we'll call you Matt. Smaller spark bundles would be appreciated if possible. Well, I'm going to tell you, as World Mobile increases the prices, we have to change a few things on our website for these sparks. Cal and I have discussed that as a possibility. We may change the bundle sizes or the opportunities for these sparks, whether it be maybe we leave the 50 pack on the 100 pack, but we short it, because right now there's a gap between the 200 and the 500. We have a few different ideas as to what's starting, what the different bundle sizes are, how those prices move, and where the price breaks come over time. Some of that is actively controlled by World Mobile. They kind of tell us what they need done. So we're at their discretion, but we do have a little bit of opportunity to chew their ear, and so that Matt, that is a possibility. Um, and then Rhinocom says, "I wish there was a way, as a community, we could help take pressure off the team and help build. We have a ton of smart community members that could be assets for the team, maybe workshops." And I'm going to tell you right now, Matt. I'm sorry, Rhinocoms. The first way we're doing this is Rare Evo, right? Um, we've done this for years at Rare Evo, where the alliance, the community members show up, not just me and Cal, but the community shows up, and they help run the booths. They help run the things that the community does at Rare Evo. Last year, I'm sorry, for the last couple of years, we've had different classroom things, different Earth Node operator meetings, and different things. But last year, we had a series of educational seminars inside classrooms at Rare Evo. And this year, we believe there will be more of that. And so the first way we can do this is people go to Rare Evo. And right now, if you go to rareevo.io and you reserve a room, you get 2 free general admission tickets. So you're not even buying tickets to this. You get them for free if you go to rareevo.io and reserve rooms there. Rooms are extremely cheap right now through the Rare Evo website, and then you get free tickets on top of that. We don't make anything off of that, guys. We're not trying to get affiliate codes or sponsorships or anything through Rare Evo for this. Now, if you want to upgrade to a VIP ticket, use code WMTX. You'll save 10% on your ticket. But if you buy a room, you get free tickets. It has nothing to do with us at all. We just want to see you there. But we want to have classroom time. We want to have different workshops and seminars at Rare Evo where this could happen. Where this also is going to happen is when Network Builder comes out. We're able to do Network Builder. We're able to talk about how we're building our own areas up, things that we're doing well, things we need help with. I believe that a lot of this, Rhino, is going to happen through the network builders and the entrepreneurs and the people that are able to go out and make that a success. So I believe that is happening. Cal and I have gone to Mickey and the team several times and offered different things. The problem is right now there's such a small team trying to do so many things. Just trying to get us set up to do some of these things would take away from a lot of the building, a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. It would delay a lot of that to the point that the bigger picture might slow down because they're trying to get us up to speed with certain things. So believe me, we've asked personally. I know that other people have asked personally as well. But we do have some opportunities. One of those big ones is going to be at Rare Evo, like our friend Mark here says. We'll see everybody there. It's going to be a great time. Mark just got married. Mark, I hope you bring your wife this year. It'd be wonderful to meet her. So anyway, Cal, those are my thoughts.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Mark at Rare. I wasn't able to go last year, so that's going to be really fun. Yeah, we already started planning a bunch of things for Rare. A good idea to have these workshops. I know Alex held one for running Earth Notes last year. Hopefully, he did say on our last X Space that he might not be able to make it, but if he does, I'm sure he's gonna be there, and he's gonna definitely create the same workshop that he did last time. And then network building, being an air node operator. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people that go to Rare that are not part of the World Mobile community and would be interested to jump on the possibility of owning an air node and learning how that's done. So there's a lot of possibilities there, but rooms are cheap. You get a discount by using WMTX. You can use crypto to buy it. I think now's your chance if you are planning on going. So good thoughts there, Rob. I'm looking forward to it. All my stuff is booked, so I'm also excited to see you there, Mark. It's gonna be a fun year this year around. And Aria is a very fun place for whoever hasn't been to the Aria. I've stayed at the Aria a couple times now, and it's a really nice hotel with a great pool. So yay. Okay. We've been running for about an hour and 10 minutes. Has there been any other topics that we haven't covered? Any other question that we haven't highlighted? I know someone early on asked about Uphold the listing. I don't know anything about that. I don't trade on Uphold. I don't know if you do, Rob, but there's someone from the Royal Mobile team that's is aware of this, and they're looking into it. And there's going to be a answer for you in the upcoming AMA this week.
Yeah, that specifically that involves Uphold and the WMTX listing on Uphold. We talked about that previously because Uphold is the exchange that works with Brave browser. So when you're on Brave browser, you can actually earn crypto by using Brave browser, and then it goes to your Uphold account. And then from there, that was the really cool thing was I actually traded a couple months worth of browsing, and I got, I don't know how much it was, get $10, $12 worth of WMTX. I swapped the BAT basic attention token. That's what Brave pays you. I was able to swap BAT for WMTX once it got listed. So I got a little bit of WMTX for free just because I'm using the internet searching on Brave browser. So it was a really cool thing, a cool partnership that came out. There was an announcement that came out. I got an email that said it was from Uphold that said we will be delisting all of these tokens, and one of them was WMTX. In the ambassador channel on Discord, some of us were like, "What's up with this? Why is this happening?" I thought this was a good partnership. And Isaac, who is part of the teams, he's the contact guy. He has a relationship with Uphold. He reached out and he goes, "My guy at Uphold has no idea, had no idea that this was announced. So I'm looking into this. We'll get an answer for you." So unfortunately, we don't know what is happening necessarily or why, but we do know that the World Mobile team is on it, and we will get an answer one way or another. Hopefully, they have something satisfactory, like Cal said, during one of the AMAs this week. That will be good to know, just because it's such a convenient thing. You search the internet, you get World Mobile token. But Cal, I'm not seeing any other real recent comments, unless I missed something from earlier. Um, but definitely would like to wrap up the show with some excitement, some positivity, and um, knowing that we're going into a pretty full on week next week between everything going on with World Mobile, as well as U Network and their AMA on Tuesday as well. So, Cal, I don't know if you have any final thoughts on things. Love to hear them as we close the space out.
Yeah. Final thoughts are step back if price is worrying you. Just zoom out a bit and focus on onboarding customers to World Mobile. I think that's one of the most important things. I think we're in a weird spot, which we're going to come out of, I'm sure eventually. World Mobile has, in my opinion, never been stronger than it is today. There is a lot of different things happening behind the scenes. We now have a couple products that we are able to sell as a community. Anyone can go out. You don't have to be a network builder. You can grab a QR code, you can grab an affiliate code. You can start onboarding anyone, your grandma, your grandpa, your best friend. You don't even have to be in the United States, and then I always say that on every stream, but I'm going to keep on saying it because this is the only way forward and the only path forward to adoption is if you start getting people sign up to World Mobile plans, you know, you can tell them about air nodes. There's going to be some cool things happening around that, potential of affiliate rewards there as well. So there is so many different avenues you can take, right? And I think keeping a positive mindset, even though thing might not seem as positive in the chats, it's important for your well-being, as well as for other community members that are um, keeping the positivity up in the chats. Shout out to Rick and David. You know who you are. You guys do an amazing job for answering questions. I mean, like these are the unspoken heroes that need to be given more praise. And they day in and day out they answer questions, and then they do the best. So I appreciate you. I'm sure Rob appreciates you. I'm sure a lot of people from the community also appreciate you. And yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. It's gonna be fun. 4 AMAs. There's gonna be alpha drop there. There's gonna be some announcements potentially, and yeah, that's really it from me. Um, can't think of anything else but to wish you an amazing weekend, and I'll catch you on the next one, which is gonna be an X Space.
Yeah, gonna be a real busy week next week with 4 AMAs, a Unity Network space, and then our weekend catch up next weekend. A lot happening there. I'm thankful for everyone that showed up on Friday night, Saturday morning for those in Europe, and then Saturday afternoon probably for those who are in Oceania. Uh, but it's great to see people like Joshua here, Stoic, who show up, and our friend Dom and Mark, people that have been so important to growing this community and doing things that people might not even know what they're doing, but it's the backbone of it. Cal, there's things that you and I do that wouldn't be possible without guys like Joshua, Mark, the support we get from people like Dom or our friend Bill here who's listening in.
Or Callus.
Callus Bling, you mentioned Rick Middleton, and you mentioned David Hope Not Hype, who spend every day dealing with the FUD, dealing with hard questions, dealing with complaining, dealing with all. There's a reason that I'm not in the chats, Cal. It's I tend to go from 0 to 60 pretty quick, and I don't want to deal with that stuff. And usually, when I say anything, um, it's sorry. Believe it or not, I'm getting a text from Mickey right now. So I'm texting. We're talking about you right now on the space.
By the way, for those don't know, Mickey was supposed to be on the space, but Mickey is currently traveling, and we couldn't meet his time. Unfortunately, both me and Rob are busy tomorrow, and we could have done a regular stream, even though he was available tomorrow. So we do apologize. Couldn't make it happen, but yeah, well, Mickey, he always knows he's always welcome, and will accommodate you anytime possible.
Absolutely. But we talk about guys like David, Hope Not Hype, guys like Rick. They're doing things, they're putting up with so much, you're dealing with the same questions over and over. And it's things that I don't do well at. I don't have the patience for, or sometimes when I say something, whether people take me at the way I'm trying to say it or they misconstrue it and make it worse than what I'm trying to say, I tend to get eviscerated on chats when I post anything. So these guys showing up daily, it's incredible. And on the same token, you have Val and you have Callus Bling who are doing the Minutes Network and the Unity things, and those guys are warriors in the trenches, doing things for the communities, and they get shit on more than anybody. Those four guys that we just mentioned right there, and just I want to highlight these guys. I want to thank them for what they're doing. They're incredible people. They're all real life friends. I'm thankful for all of them, and we have an incredible community. We have people who are so motivated to do things and build things, and it's not just about how much money can I make or what I can do. For my own personal situation, we have people who are building organizations and building businesses that are intent on giving back and doing things for this community and for other communities utilizing World Mobile. And so I'm so excited to see as we grow these things. One thing that has been on my mind is as a network builder, what can I use my network for on top of growing the World Mobile Network? Is just a voice that I can amplify to bring in more funds to, for my immediate family, or is this something that we can do to benefit other people as well? I know there are people thinking that people maybe don't have the microphone or the platform that Cal that we have to be able to say some of these things. But there's a ton of altruism and a ton of good-hearted people, and we know this, Cal, because we meet them. We meet them at Rare Evo. People DM us their ideas and the dreams they have and what they want to do for others. And I've just fallen so in love with this community and the people that are here, the people who are doing things, moving forward, focusing on building and growing. And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for everyone. Even Mark right here. Mark's talking about he has 2 GA tickets that he got with his Aria hotel reservation. He wants to donate. People just want to give. Mark, you can sell those for $75 a piece, right? Because they're selling for 125. Go sell those for 75, $100 a piece. You'll find buyers. But no, Mark wants to list them. I mean, it's people like that. It's people that are focusing on how can we build, how can we grow, how can we do things to benefit each other, right? And it's so motivating. It's so encouraging. It's one of the things that made me fall in love with World Mobile in the first place. Is I want to be in a position where I can do something that can help my immediate situation out while benefiting others and helping others at the same time. Cal, that's why we're here. That's what we're doing. And so I'm so thankful for everybody that's shown up, everyone that pays attention, everyone that listens, and everyone who has these plans and dreams and thinks about these things and is trying to put them into motion. And I tell you, Clover's here. I'm here. We're feeling the same way. We want to do the same things. And when the time comes, we're going to be amazed at how many incredible things we do that are powered by World Mobile. I can't wait. I can't wait. This is an incredible time. We're right at the precipice, and I know that big things are coming. And so, Cal, I'm thankful for you being here. Everyone that's listening in, I'm thankful that you're here live, or if you catch the recording, thanks for spending time with us. Sorry for my vulgar language tonight, but it's a Friday night, so I'm letting loose a little bit. I'm getting a little bit sassy, but there's a good reason for it. I love World Mobile, and I want us to win. I want us all to succeed. And if there's anything that I can do to help out, I'm here for. Clover's here for. But that's why we are so passionate about it. That's why we show up week after week. The funny the Tristan Thompson story. He's suing because he's saying he didn't get his full allotment of tokens. Guess what? I have never received a single token from World, not one token from World Mobile ever. Cal hasn't either. We're here. We're here every week. We're showing up. We're doing these things. Everyone in the crowd, in the audience, other than Ben Schiller, go to hell, Ben Schiller. Sorry, Jesus loves you.
I can't.
Other than that guy who's received tokens from World Mobile, no one's received tokens from World Mobile, but we're all here. We're all growing. We're all doing things together. Mickey, that one was for you. Anyway, guys, we love you. I shouldn't curse anyone to hell. I'll ask Jesus for forgiveness later. But guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for everything. We look forward to talking to everyone again very, very soon. Take care, everyone. Have a great, great weekend. I'm going to go see the Firefly cast at the Comic-Con. Cal, you have some big fun this weekend. It's going to be a great time. A wedding, nice.
Wedding yeah.
Great fun. They're starting new lives together. I love it. So we're going to have a good time this weekend, and we'll be around. If anyone needs anything, reach out. We're here. I promise I won't tell you to go to hell. That was a once in a lifetime thing. Not going to happen again. We're here for you any way that we can support or encourage. But let's do it. Let's grow this thing together. And we'll talk to everyone again very, very soon. Take care.
Bye.